Welcome back to the Football Clan. I'm your host Norma, and let's get into the news. The breaking news, not so breaking, but it is news.
In English, manage, if you split the two words, it's man, age. You're aging men. Sounds a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a bit crazy.
Long weekend, lots of results, lots of drama. Some people getting relegated, some people dropping off from number 1 to 2nd after being at the top of the table for 4 months. And yeah, some managers getting sacked as well. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy long week, but let's get into it. And obviously, as my daily dose, my previews and predictions for game week 34, which is just the Premier League and an addition of maybe Serie A, but yes, I'll try to expand with time, but this is what I have for you. Let's get into the news. We have a big one. Arsenal finally drop off from number 1 to number 2 as Man City beat Burnley. This is a very, very big loss for Arsenal, morale loss, because they go and face Newcastle, which I think they drop points to. But anyways, what do I think about the results versus Burnley for Manchester City? I feel this is a big win for Arsenal, because this was a game Man City, everybody was saying Man City was going to win something like 4-0, 5-0, but they ended up winning 1-0, which is a plus for Arsenal, being that this title race could go down as a goal-scoring title race. But we all know, if you're betting on a team to score goals, it's Manchester City and not Arsenal. But this is football. Arsenal can start scoring goals. Their front line can start firing. They may score more corners. But yeah, Arsenal, this is a good result for them, because at least it keeps them in reach when it comes to goal difference. The hope is still there, but let me tell you, Newcastle gets that hope away as I give you my preview and predictions later on in this video. Go on to Chelsea, who sacked Liam Rosinha, a manager we all knew was going to get sacked. We all knew was out of there, but except from the Chelsea fans that believed in him, yeah, the man is sacked after 4 months in having a bad 5-game run where he failed to score a goal and he was getting demolished left, right, center. Like, Liam Rosinha has been sacked. What's next for Chelsea? There are 3 managers that I've seen them nominate from social media: Cesc Fabregas, Xabi Alonso, and I always get his name wrong, so we'll say the Bournemouth manager. But who I think is good for the job is a Xabi Alonso, because he's managed more teams, he's managed bigger names, he's managed Leverkusen and made stars, and Chelsea look like they're in between the stars and making stars. So it's not as big as the Madrid job, which comes with a lot of pressure. Obviously, the Chelsea job comes with pressure, but this one is more suited for him. At least he's flexible, but the only problem is, do the management of Chelsea allow him to express the players that he wants in and the players that he wants out? That's the big problem with Chelsea these days. So this is why they're getting their pawn managers, I call them. Managers they want to control, but that's for Chelsea right now. Clear Lake is not so clear with their plans, because they'll soon find out how expensive it is to be sacking managers, and they'll sooner or later stick to a manager who wants what he wants, and they have to follow in that direction. Next, we have a big blow for Leicester City, who gets sacked, and I'm going right in for a player that's obviously Zambian, in Patson Daka, who I think should have a move away from Leicester City. Should probably go to a Bundesliga side, La Liga side, or a Turkish side, but Turkey seems like more closer to retirement. But I know Victor Osimhen is firing there, but a Turkish side would be good for him to boost his confidence, start scoring more goals, and even an Italian side. So because his 27 is in his peak, he needs a team that we need to see more frequently challenging for the Champions League places, because Patson Daka was a player that used to compete with Erling Haaland at Salzburg, but he's fallen off. He's not got 10 league goals since he left Salzburg, which is a big shame for a player of such big prospects. So yeah, that's what I have for the news, and let me get into my previews and prediction for the EPL, We start off with Sunderland versus Nottingham Forest. This game, I'm going dearly for a draw because both of these sides can pull a punch. I do not know which side to pick, but I'm going for a draw in this game. Then we have Fulham versus Aston Villa. I'm going for an Aston Villa win or draw. That's who I'm backing as they look to push and solidify the Champions League place. Then we have Liverpool against Crystal Palace. Tricky game for Liverpool, but they win this game just marginally. They win this game. Then we have West Ham Everton. West Ham is in a relegation battle, and I feel this game they might pull a shock against Everton. I know Everton is a good side, but I feel West Ham might get a win or a draw. Then we have Tottenham finally getting their win. They faced Wolverhampton, and I feel this one they finally get their win. Tottenham beat Wolverhampton as they look to escape the relegation battle. Then I'll skip Arsenal's game because Arsenal is the last one. We have Man U versus Brentford. This one is a Man U win or draw. I see both teams scoring goals in this one. Man U failed to keep a clean sheet against Brentford. Brentford always seem to trouble Man U, but I'm sliding towards Man U. And finally, we have Arsenal versus Newcastle. And this game, I'm going for a 2-2 draw or a 1-1 draw. But definitely, I'm going for a draw as Arsenal lose grip on the title race and draw this game. They finally bottle it, and the pressure now just goes into the UCL, which I'll predict in a separate video. But yeah, Arsenal versus Newcastle at the Emirates Stadium. Newcastle have not had a good run of form. Eddie Howe is under pressure, and whenever Newcastle have a big game, they always turn up. And that's all for today. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I'm out. Watch out for more analysis. You can suggest what I can do different with the studio or with my content, and I'm out.